We've got basketball action from Chase Center, the new home of the Warriors here on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. Here's Wembanyama.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Right here. Pass to Pajemski. And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. On defense, the Spurs. Curry way outside.
And the fast hands from Fox on defense. He never lets up on the pressure. Really makes you work for the shot.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Curry on the wing. Here's Porzingis. The shot, no good. And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. Has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good. Stephen Curry hits them both.
He's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
Fox is double. Up top, Vassell. Pass to Champagny. 6 on the shot clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Coach Jackson, too. I'm not really something that he likes things to shake. We got more Tom Kerr on his future coming up, but to the victors go the spoils in our fancy studio moves. So, plus 700 to make the playoffs in the preseason, their third largest preseason long shot in the last decade. And they'll be underdogs again against OKC. Phoenix plus 1,300 to win that series at DraftKings Sportsbook. But Steph has some advice for young Jalen Green on facing the reigning champs.
Here's Curry.
Come on, man, that's happening. Y'all niggas not happy. Champs. We will come in, play hard for the game, but I think we both the same game. You got to brush the lane. Doing stops, playing defense, get out of the lane.
Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first ball.
Okay, you also do or die play-in game for the 8th seed in the East. You got the Magic and the Hornets. You remember the Magic got blown out by Philly on Wednesday, and Paulo Banchero's, we need to come out and be physical, and they did. They punched the Hornets right smack in the mouth early on. Banchero had 6 assists. Here's one of those dimes, Wendell Carter Jr. In fact, they went on an early 10-0 run. They were up 9 at this point. We're still in the first quarter. And Banchero, another dime to Wendell Carter Jr. This time in the corner from 3. 10 Carter, 16 points. Kings in the first quarter. Magic were up 12. And then Orlando went on this 26 6 run. Banchero had 25 in this game. Still in the second quarter, and Charlotte just never rebounded at all. Jalen Suggs, he had 12 points in the first half. In fact, Orlando led by as many as 35 in the first half alone. And look at the defense. The Hornets finished with more turnovers than made field goals. It was a blowout. In fact, the Magic outscored the Hornets by 36 points alone in the paint. Thanks to dunks like that, they win a 121-90. The 31-point win is the largest win by any team in a play-in game. So Orlando is now in the postseason for the third straight year. It is the longest streak since they put up 6 straight appearances from 2007 to 2012. They'll take on the 1 seed, the Pistons. The team they split the season series in 2 games apiece. Keep in mind, Kate Cunningham only played 3 of those games. They've averaged 33 points per game. Detroit, of course, held the edge in scoring and field goal percent. This is a really bad game. And that is Phoenix Suns basketball. Relentless attack.
Summer's going the way Summer's done. This year did.
Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt. We've all fallen in love.
Well, isn't an end of an era in Golden State. Steve Kerr certainly sounds like it might.
I don't know what's going to happen. Still love coaching, but I get it. These jobs all have an expiration date. There's a run that happens, and when the run ends, sometimes it's time for new blood and new ideas and all that. And if that's the case, then I will be just nothing but grateful for the most amazing opportunity any person could have to coach this franchise in front of our fans in the Bay, and to coach Steph Curry, Coach Dre, the whole group. So maybe they still go on? They're not. I don't know at this point. But we all need to step away a little bit and then reconvene.
How could any coach walk away from Steph Curry playing like this? Yeah. How could you even contemplate? How can you?
I mean, that's really, yeah. It's part of the equation, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely not going and coaching somewhere else next year. In the NBA, and I'm I would never walk away from Steph, but all this stuff has to be aligned and right. So those are all discussions that we have.
Nigga, how the fuck is you gonna ask him that? He can do what he wants, do what the fuck he wants with his life. You're gonna have to ask him like he's doing Steph's like wrong or something. Bitch, shut your dumb ass up.
I don't want to coach anywhere else. How do you get the really far?
I think he was just being honest, man. You know, he started the one graphic stat to do for the second few wins of his tenure as a coach, and I think he's realistic about it. Sometimes it comes to a point where the team or the organization wants to do something different. I think he just gives them the organization and all the space to do that. And I think, he knows that, like you said, sometimes these jobs and coaching come have an expiration date. He's been around the block a long time and he knows how it goes. And then I think he also, reiterated, I don't know, but if it comes there, I understand. I'm not upset. I'm appreciative and I'm thankful for this whole thing. And I think that was a classic thing to do.
Yeah, certainly a great run that they've had there. By the way, the Warriors have missed the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 seasons. So now the Suns, they move on. They face the top seed in Oklahoma City. You got SGA, you got to deal with it. You got the hype. But, the one thing I'm listening to Steph and Steve Kerr say, Phoenix is young. They're athletic. They can shoot the 3. Talk to me about what kind of challenge, though, does OKC pose? Obviously, when you look at Phoenix, that they're getting their stuff in.
I mean, OKC is they're the big dogs.
Yeah.
They're the defending champs. They're the number 1 seed. Everything they got going for them. SGA is SGA. You got Chet. You got the whole cast, and the cast has seemingly gotten stronger this year with guys being out and other guys getting opportunities to play. So if you're Phoenix, man, you just got to go in there, put your best foot forward. But the one thing that that can kind of threaten the Thunder is if somebody gets hot. You see Jalen Green, he's been 35, 36 the last 2 games. Obviously, they're a team that can make a lot of threes, and the three-pointers that equalize in this NBA. So if they can get hot from the three-point and they get a couple guys that get hot individually, they can compete.
By the way, the Suns 2-3 against the Thunder this season. And Q will be back with us a little later in the show. Talk more NBA playoffs.
Brian and Phil back on Sports Center. The NBA playoffs are back, and man, minutes. Raptors Cavs tip at 1 p.m. Eastern. Toronto has a tall task, and Cleveland has won its last 10 playoff games. 7-0 in Cleveland, though. LeBron was on all of those teams. Next up, Nuggets Wolves meet for a third time in the last 4 postseasons. Jokic just dominated Minnesota this year, averaging better than 35 points, 15 boards, and 11 assists in those 4 games. Moving back east for their 3-6, Knicks hosting the Hawks. Mike Brown 6-1 in the first round, but it has been a while. Hasn't won a playoff series since 2012, and it is a hell of a nightcap. Rockets at Lakers, 8:30 Eastern on ABC. LeBron and Durant meet for a 15th time in the playoffs, but the King is without Luka and Austin Reeves. JD himself is questionable with a knee contusion.
Okay, so let's bring in our NBA reporter, Dave McMenamin. He joins us. Listen, Dave, you're plugged in with this Lakers team more than anybody. JJ Redick's already said no Luka, Austin Reeves out indefinitely. So what's been his message to this Lakers team as they prepare for the Rockets?
Yeah, Brian, in a word, it's been elevate. That's what JJ Redick's telling his team. I'm going to need you to elevate your play, elevate your intensity, elevate your focus. And he's asking his coaching staff to do the same. And they recognize that they need to win on the margins in this series. They need to set the tone with the physicality and especially have the home court crowd behind them to open up this thing tonight in game 1. The Rockets, as LeBron James called them, are the best rebounding team in the league has seen in the last 25 years. And so the Lakers are cognizant that they need to box out. They need to match bodies with bodies. And we're making up for 60 points on the offensive end in Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. That means more touches for DeAndre Ayton, more touches for Rui Hachimura, and Luke Kennard becoming the primary playmaker alongside LeBron James.
So this is still as LeBron James that he basically 19th postseason appearance. Imagine Karl Malone and Stockton for the most all time. I guess, are we watching the swan song for LeBron here in LA?
Well, you want to see DeAndre Ayton seek out contact on the interior. Boy, he's a big time talent.
Back to Ayton. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
I know what you're thinking. This sounds way too good to be true. It was incredibly easy to start. It took me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to do my application, but that sort of told me that the platform was legitimate. So if you're thinking about
it's on LeBron James.
You know, it's certainly on the table. LeBron James does not have a contract for next season. Sources close to him have said all season long that LeBron doesn't even know what he wants to do. But I think over the course of the second half of the season, where you saw LeBron play winning basketball and play at a very high level, there has not been as many tea leaves to read that are pointing towards retirement as there was in the first couple months of the season. He has a new opportunity in this playoffs, his 19th, as you mentioned, but in the 18 others, he never played with his son, Bronny James. And once Luka and Austin Reeves went out, Bronny James became a part of JJ Redick's rotation. Over the last 7 games of the regular season, he averaged about 7.5 points per game, shot 30% from 3 with 2 assists. He's going to be in the mix here, and that gives an extra layer, extra motivation for LeBron to try to extend this run as long as possible because it means more chances to play with Bronny. After the playoffs are over, we'll have a better sense of what the future looks like, but if I was going to guess, we're going to get more LeBron James next season.
Okay. By the way, when James takes the floor at 41 years, 109 days old on Saturday, he becomes the 3rd oldest player to start a playoff game. Our Dave McMenamin. Thank you.
Quinn Richardson checking back in for some more minutes here on the cusp of playoffs tipping off. Q Vegas doesn't have a lot of faith in the Lakers. They were plus 400 to win the series. And a lot of that because we don't know the status of Luka and Austin Reeves. But we do know they don't have those pieces today. So without them, what should their game plan be?
Well, like Dave was saying that JJ was talking about, man, they got to do all of the little things, get all of the 50-50 balls, be the first to the floor. They got to hit first. They got to bring a physicality. I totally expect at some point the Lakers will go zone to try and jump the game up. And you're losing that. When you're missing out like 50 to 60 points when you don't have Luka and Austin Reeves, you got to do unconditional things. You got to hope that they shoot the ball from 3 well because the 3-point is the equalizer in this league. But defensively, they have to come physical. They got to rebound the ball as well as they can, knowing that the Rockets are the better rebounding team in the down players. But they got to do everything they can to jump the game up to give them every chance. They're at home. They get a chance to get that crowd behind them, but they got to give them something to shoot as well.
And also look at part. The Lakers won 9 games in a row last month, during which they were top 10 in defensive efficiency, and they beat the Rockets twice in Houston. On the flip side, if you are Houston, how can you approach this series?
They got to take this thing as serious as possible and try and take advantage of it. Knowing that they don't have Luka and Austin Reeves, you can't afford to come into the game thinking, oh, this is the season. You got to come in with more high sensitive urgency and more serious than being taken with it. They have the better roster, but they got to come out there and play. They can't have lapses in the fourth quarter. They got to take care of the ball and not turn the ball over and give Lakers transition points. They got to dominate. They have the dominant players right now with those guys getting out, and they have to go out there and handle their business like they are.
One game at a time, an opportunity to take control of the series tonight. Rockets 5.5-point favorites in LA, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. Q, we're going to check back to you. You mentioned Orlando, Detroit. That's the 1-8. The 4-5 matchup in the East tipped in less than an hour now. Cavs Raptors, as we welcome in NBA reporter Jamal Fire live from Rocket Arena in Cleveland. The Cavs, they won a first-round series into the last 6 seasons. What has been their emphasis this week at practice as they prep for these Raptors?
Well, Phil, it's been back to conditioning drills for this team all week. And Donovan Mitchell actually posted an Instagram earlier this week of some of the team's younger players laid out on the floor in the locker room because of how intense some of those practices were. And that goes to Toronto. They're number 1 in the NBA playoff teams as far as points in transition. They like to get up and down the floor. But it also goes back to last year in that series against the Pacers and the way that Indiana ran them up and down the court and off the floor. And Kenny Atkinson said it just moments ago in pregame, that was a big wake-up call for this team. Not just for sort of the physical conditioning that it takes to get up and down the court, but also mentally. The fatigue, the fighting through fatigue, and the discipline to stay and play at your best and execute those late moments. That has been a huge thing for this Cavs team, to be the aggressors and to not sort of be back on their heels. They want to be the team that sort of dictates the pace and dictates the intensity in this series, and they really lost out last year against Indiana.
Yeah, I see Larry Nance Jr. getting up some shots behind you, Jamal. I think we got to let you go and get some rebounds on his behalf. One round at a time here for the Cavs, minus 550 favorites to get past the Raptors over the course of 7 games on DraftKings. We appreciate you, Jamal. Enjoy the game.
So let's keep it in the East towards the Knicks. They've got the Hawks. Game 1, bring down 6 ninth from the guard. So let's bring in our senior NBA level, Vincent Goodwill, joins us now from okay, you look at this game, and Nielsen obviously really finally their year. They went 2-1 against the Hawks during the Lakers, but they were close to them. For all those games, basically went down to the wire. What's their approach now heading into game 1?
Back to Halliburton.
Well, the Knicks think every year is their year, especially if James Dolan would say they should get to the NBA Finals. But they're looking at themselves and the Hawks as totally different ball. So the Hawks made a huge in-season trade. They turned into one of the best clutch teams, one of the best three-point shooting teams. But also Mike Brown the other day said, look, I've never coached in my entire career a team that has gone through so many in-season changes from the start of the season to the end of the season. And with that, he feels like this team is peaking at the right time, especially when you look at Karl Towns and the way that he has played against the Hawks this year. He has a season high, again, field goal percentage 50% from the field, and also he shoots 29 points a game. So they're going to need to exploit that matchup in this series.
Well, you know the Knicks are looking for the first in their entire success since the longest active title drought in the NBA. Talk about Jalen Brunson, obviously the best player. And if you look at the way he's kind of changed his game in the 4 months of the season, talk to me about how he's adjusted his game here to fit the postseason.
Back to Halliburton.
What's the fastest goal here?
He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, Giannis starting goes to Google. Everyone knows that Euro Step is unstoppable, but today we're using Google Search to find out exactly why. Show me how much of the court Giannis can cover with his Euro Step. Okay, let's try confidence.
uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his
Brian, the big thing you guys have to do with Jalen Brunson is himself. And as we know, he's an aggressive shot maker. We know he's one of the best clutch players in the league. But Josh Hart and Carl Thomas have spoken about how he's giving up the ball more, especially in the fourth quarter, and the numbers seem to bear that out. In the last 2 months, March and April, he's averaging 9 assists a game. That is the highest number for any month or combined month in Jalen Brunson's career. But it looks like even though he's still going to maintain his scoring prowess, he's also understanding the value of giving up to his teammates and creating open shots for them as well.
See what happens. That was Brunson averaging 29 and 8 assists in 3 games against the Hawks this season. That's been studio. Thank you.
Thankfully, with all the things warming up outside today, literally, and inside Ball Arena, he has a series opener between the Nuggets and the Wolves. Denver went 3-1 against Minnesota this regular season. We know the stars for Denver. They won a title 3 years ago. But who's going to be an X factor for them in this series?
Well, that would be Tim Hardaway Jr. He has averaged 90 points a game in those games for the Denver Nuggets against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think they have such history between these two players, especially in the playoffs. They played the most games of any 2 teams in the playoffs the last few years. And they're exactly 14 and 14. But this guy has just joined the party. And during the regular season, he was the X factor in Denver, and when Denver had a 3-1 record against Minnesota, averaging 19 points a game.
You mentioned it for Minnesota. Sure, they lost 3 to Denver, but they didn't have an for one of those, and that was a lopsided one. They lost another in overtime on Thursday. What is the best way for the Wolves to generate some offense?
They got to get out and run. They got to get easy buckets, and I think that comes from their defense. And Minnesota, when they first broke through against Denver a couple years ago, that defense was the revelation. They were long, they were great on the perimeter, and they created fast break opportunities. But in their lone win, they had 30 fast break points. 30. In the overtime loss, they had 30 fast break points. So when you're playing against the way you're keeping the Nuggets, you have to score them. But you also have to find some way of getting easy buckets. See that Ant-Man there? He thrives in transition, and I think for Minnesota, the game plan today, at least, if it was a couple years ago, it's a field one on the Nuggets home court, because that's when.
Hey, to your point, Ramona, the 2 most fast break points Denver gave up all season. Well, the game to which you alluded was 2 against Minnesota. We appreciate your time. Enjoy today's game 1.
Got my turtleneck on.
We need that, absolutely. Couldn't reach us back with us here for the final time. You heard these guys talking about transition from things to quickly. Talk to me about your biggest factor you really watching talk about that.
I would for the same thing for both teams, DC. I feel like that we definitely know who Joker is. He's been the same guy all season long, unbelievable, unstoppable. Ant-Man has pretty much been unstoppable and been a man as well. There are other players, the supporting cast, the whole supporting cast for each team. I feel like whoever has the best support, their team will prevail. Because, like I said, the 2 team guys are going to be who they need to be. Whoever gets the best support from the Aaron Gordon, from Tim Hardaway Jr., like Ramona said, is going to be the X factor, or whether it's Julius Randle or Ruth Gobert or the James having big series. Those are the guys that I feel like they're trying to do on winning too.
You always hear guys say the stars will be stars in the playoffs. Always the complementary guys who make it their game to do it. Okay, so let's talk about your tips for this number series. Let's start in the East. How about the Raptors cap?
I mean, obviously, the Raptors and the Cavs, but the Cavs, you got to go out there and figure out a way how to go and stop Brandon Ingram. He's the scoring catalyst to this team. I mean, you got Scotty Barnes, who's an all-star as well, who does a really thing. But when you talk about Brandon Ingram, he's going to be their offensive juggernaut. And if you can slow him down and try to contain him, then you got a great chance of winning over there. When it comes to the Cavs, they got to go out there and they got to, when it comes to the Raptors, they have to impose their will defensively. And they do really well get down in transition. I mean, Scotty Barnes is a defensive dynamo. He does many things, blocking shots, getting steals, and this is what they have to do to get the game in their favor. Get out in transition and score the ball their way.
Okay, so let's talk about your picks for the Hawks minutes.
Oh, easy. Big bodega. I feel like, Jalen Brunson, big body Brunson always does what he does. For me, This whole playoff, the whole run that they on, it hinges on how dominant Ted Anthony Towns can beat them. Can he be that scorer and that rebounding force that they need him to be?
Let's see what happens. That should be really good. What about for the Hawks?
The Hawks, I mean, they gotta do the same thing. They gotta go out there and push that pace. Jalen Johnson is a guy that's a triple-double threat. If they got a lot of wings, man, if they can get hot from the three, we all know the three-point, I feel like, is the equalizer in this NBA. And if they can get hot from the three and get out in transition, they're gonna give New York more than they wouldn't take right now.
Well, CJ McCollum is playing really well. I love what Kaminga is off the bench. And all those games are tight between the Hawks and the Knicks. So this should be a really entertaining series. Richardson, look at that. What up?
Well, you love when guards are unafraid to get to the painted area and finish. Go ahead, Tyrese.
Misses off the right iron.
No one in his way. You have got to make the defense pay. That's a quality mid-range look right there.
17 seconds left in the first half. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Now just a 5-point Cavalier lead.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting enough looks from point-blank range.
You can see Schroeder's shoot first mentality. The defender overcommits. Nicely done.
Cleveland shows a good fifth attempt to the free throw line.
Everything has numbers, right? And I know Patrick when he started Ireland, he was going to think the thing with that is Vlad already has the ability to drive it, right? We can get there. I think he can do it. Yeah, we will get there with it. I just don't think he can do it.
And we'll be right back after
I haven't seen a video. I can't find it. They saying I'm asking for too much money because I don't have the numbers on the
for and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first,
well, if I'm getting 25 takes from that, and I'm on that much, how many times you get? And now I ask for 35. I haven't been on that for 7 months.
Another shot. That's been their MO this evening.
On a year basis, I feel I was outstayed for them. That's how I feel. That's what I'm playing. So for you to say that, I'm asking for too much money, you're not looking at the yearly rate to what this year's rate is.
Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
And it don't matter if somebody's richer or not. It don't matter if somebody got more numbers on their platform. Many people have been on play.
Neesmith's gotten his second bucket of the
A lot of
game.
times they still want to the numbers and everything don't make you up.
Here's Schroeder.
You know.
Sweet little floater.
But just think about this. 25, 6, 7 times a year. And it's been 7 months that I haven't been on you, and I asked for 30. That's why we couldn't on the way. And also,
Neesmith's got 5 points in the quarter.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
This guy does not love to operate in the mid-range, and it's shown right there.
Here's Halliburton.
like, you know, like our connection, like, hey, come on, man. Come on, man. When you talk about interviewing, you bring Gucci Mane up, you bring Vlad TV. When you talk about Vlad interviewing somebody, you bring Gucci Mane.
Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Zubac.
So Andy, I feel
and here's Halliburton. He'll bring it over to the Pacers.
You can call me the brother.
They trail by 3.
Have it out.
And play stops. So whistle there.
I will make you understand. Hey, y'all social media trying to make me like it's a beat between me and Vlad. That's my motherfucking guy. And call Vlad right now, bro. And we'll laugh about it. We trying to find a, better way to make more money out of our interviews. The two people saying zero, so that's what people do. That's nothing. Don't be good at all, bro.
Pacers trail by 5.
Oh, man, right now, we're going to last. Well, me, you know, trying to focus and make more money if I can. That's what hustlers do, bro.
Now here's Nembhard.
Never said
He's scoreless. Pocket 4.
I can try to find better. I'm always trying to find better. Ain't got nothing to do with me and my relationship. It ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying y'all are sick, bro. Like, y'all what about it? I'm just saying y'all are sick, bro.
Here's Zubac.
Y'all hit him because
Into the lane. Back to Siakam.
I mean,
Now
you get supported.
5 on the clock.
You know, I know all my fans will support it.
Takes a 3. They get it back. Kicks it out to Ryan. Second shot opportunity. Outside Schroeder. Uncovered. He hits the jumper. It's a 7-point Cavalier lead.
We know this. Dennis Schroeder at the point guard position is a thirsty scorer.
Gets the trifecta. He's got 5.
Such an effective shooter.
I'm trying to fix the narrative.
Defensively, he's going to make you pay.
Outside Schroeder.
Shout out to Blue Smoke, official sponsor of Square South 20. And that jacket is a little shot know that you don't have to overpay the great round of coverage. Who wants to do something expensive? It's a company service with no contract and no price. Listen, and you can keep your phone and your own phone number that you have. If they offer $600 a year, I'll switch it over to Smoke. Stop overpaying to pay a third first for BlueSmoke.com. Basically, average age of 6 months, tanking for 18 seats to ride the air. Keep all the customers for carrying 12 months. BlueSmoke is unlimited plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit BlueSmoke.com. All right, we back. WrestleMania live in Las Vegas, man. Shout out to WWE for having us out here again. 4-5-4. We hope on the DJ. We got another special guest on the day today. I'm going to say right now, I got to be here. He's tapped back here with wrestling recently, and you are one of his favorites. On the inside, you on the show today?
For sure, man. This is good.
Like, that's my guy right here. This is how we got to do this quick, man. Stop with this. This should be here out the trailer. How you feeling today, man?
Ask my guy a couple questions. You know what I'm saying? His money.
All right, my dog goes out there. Your thing, got you what? You're really special in the room. Let it be in. Actually, let it be here, man. We know he's the champ. We know he's one of the best doing right now. Going crazy with WrestleMania. Can't wait to see. I'll let you live so to do the intro for our guy, man. What are your favorites?
Yeah, man. Gun smoke. What I found,
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time. Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. Yeah. He in the ring. They brought me the. Which one? What was my first time seeing?
And it's been a very competitive game so far.
Who you smack? I don't know who you smack.
No hard to forget. Very simple.
What was the go-to move that you got? Yeah, finisher. What's the move? I got 2 against Curry, but I'll do that. That's why I know that. Always try to get long legs, long arms. So I try to do like that. Do all strikes. You're not doing what I thought. See, you're close. Like,
Now be here. One of your favorites in the game right now. They can create games to jokes, you know what I'm saying? Starting off, you've been double like that. Right away, man. NXT going crazy. Man, over here, WWE, man. What's that feel like? WrestleMania, big stage, back in the moment, man.
Yeah, man. As always, it's a crazy week.
Yeah.
Every year I'm happy when it's over. I like it definitely a little more calm and relaxed, but it's no, it's good. It's like it's the big one, and once you prepare all year for it. So yeah, I'm here to do it.
Yeah, 1,000%.
How'd you get into the sport?
Oh, years ago, what year is it? 21 years ago?
Yeah.
I started out, and I just stopped playing football and wanted
football or soccer?
Football.
Real football?
Yes.
What was you, goalie or something? That makes sense.
Damn!
That makes sense.
That's
So both teams making
the work always been like that.
Always say good football.
Yeah, she said something about this, like he talking about how football can you know, American football, for wrestling, the footwork.
Yeah, the girl people at Fort Deville, where you fall to the ground all the time.
Yeah.
Solid message, if you ask me.
Man. Okay, World Cup coming up. Man, you still got the soccer?
Yeah,
Well, football, excuse me.
I'm trying to. Quite busy right now, but obviously World Cup around the corner.
Yes, sir.
That always gets me excited. The school football event every 4 years together to try to perform the barbecue.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Our records. One thing you always talk about this, obviously, what you guys are athletes and having all the focus on you. To go out and do what you got to do is hard, but the preparation, like the media stuff, it does take a lot out of you, whereas this is something you prepare to do leading to the match.
Yeah, I mean, part of it. Most of my career, nobody was interested in talking to me. So when it finally happened, I appreciate it. Obviously, it's going to be everything behind it. Media representation credit. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Why sell your car at legooooo.com? Because if you trade in, you're dealing with a dealer. Everyone can. Hey, double or nothing? Why take a chance with a trade-in? Come to buyanycar.com instead. All we do is buy cars. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price. Nice. Don't gamble with dealers. Get your free online valuation now.
And Siakam has got the ball here for Indiana. It's a 5-point.
Yeah, this is scary. Yeah, it's okay. Give yourself a little pump up, and then you're going to do the wall stroke. You okay on that one? Yeah, I'm Sue Bird. I'm a retired professional basketball player, and today I am at an ice skating rink. Symetra is still trying to find me some hobbies in retirement. I'm going to give figure skating a go. Luckily, they've gotten some help, because I'm probably going to need it. I'm Carol Simpson. I'm a champion figure skater, now broadcaster, and Symetra has brought me in to teach Sue Bird a new hobby, and I'm going to teach her how to figure skate. I'm very intimidated right now. I was just watching her now. I don't know if I can spin like that. So I know Tara's known famously for the triple loop. So we might see some of that, some double flexes and triple dipples. What is a triple dipple? It's my order at the burger place on the street. Alright, so I have quite some plans for the day, and we're going to get going to jump on this. By the end of the day, I want full performance. Okay, so are you there? I mean, I would love glitter. Okay, obviously, it's figure skating. Alright, let's do it. I think Sue, as an athlete, will have some natural ability. And then, but even so, a very niche sport. It's hard. So when it was time to stop skating as your profession, what was that? Your first retirement or second retirement? The second retirement is crazy to me because that was when I was really leaving skating and had to jump off and figure out what's next. Yeah, like trying to find something that, well, it's going to like interest you, you're passionate.
What year did you come to the States and start wrestling? We're going to move over 2013. I was here years before that, just for wrestling, but I lived in Europe for most of my career. And yeah, it was very difficult over here. It's more instant than yeah, it's not really actually when I started it. It was just wrestling gymnasium. There were 100 people there, 120 people there. All the way through the East. And yeah, wrestling worldwide actually picked up in the mid-2010s, I would say. Yeah. And yeah, still walking. I would say it's still on fire everywhere. It's a good time to be in pro wrestling.
That was certainly for sure.
You got a big match coming up this weekend. Yeah. It's Rollins. We expect to see an exciting match, but a brutal match, I imagine. I mean, every time I watch you wrestle,
Like, I feel like we leave the match talking about your match. Right? Every time we like, golly, bro, I wouldn't get in the ring with him ever. Your mentality going to the ring, obviously you're a physical guy. Do you try to like really beat these dudes up?
Man, it's like wrestling with our style and the wrestling history had was just focus on the sports aspect.
Yeah.
Adding boom as a famous and everything. So and from didn't really happen in me because it was a part of my training or something.
Yeah.
So I was focused on the wrestling aspect of wrestling to be as good as possible for that. And carried it over to here. So I think that's why it works too, because I can add something without taking away anything. So that's it. Just to be looked at that way.
Sometimes they tell you that, hey, chill. The ring, it's like saying you come in, getting straight. Jordan's